Assalamu alaikum. So I hope everyone is doing well. Today's subject is about honesty, and this is a Quranic character. It's an obligation for all Muslims to be honest, and it is mentioned many times during the Quran. This character specifically. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu, ittaqullaha wa kunu ma'a as-sadiqin. O believers, be mindful of Allah and be with the truthful. It is important to note that Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, he was known as as-Sadiq al-Amin, even before the message of Islam. And this played an important role in the spreading of the message. Even his enemies would admit and praise his honesty. And so we have to understand that honesty itself as a trait, it will change your life and it will change the image, your image in front of people. And it's important also to understand that honesty is like a skill. You have to train it. You have to train your tongue to be honest. The same way you have to train your heart to be faithful with prayers, sadaqah, zakat. Well, you have to train your tongue to be honest. And there's 10 ways to get the habit of honesty going in your life. I will go over them quickly. So the first one is to understand that every single word that comes out of your mouth you will be judged on. So in every single word that you say, it might have an impact on whether you will go to Jannah or go to hell. And there's a hadith from Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam where he says, if you preserve what is between your jaws and what is between your thighs, then I promise you Jannah, or Jannah is promised. And so the second tip that you can use to achieve honesty is that you have to understand and remind yourself that faith and honesty they always come together. There's also a hadith from Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam where he says, where someone asks him, can you be faithful and cheap at the same time? Do these two characters go together? Rasulullah said yes, even though the character of cheapness is not advised, but you can still be a faithful person while being so. And then again he asked, can you be faithful and a coward at the same time? And Rasulullah also said yes, because it does not impact your faithfulness, even though it's a bad character. But then on the third question, he is asked, can you be faithful and a liar? And Rasulullah said no. So there's a direct relation between honesty and your faith as a Muslim. If you want to be a true Muslim, you cannot be a liar. You have to be honest in all matters. And a third point is that you have sincere intentions in all action that you do. So every time you aim to do an action or an objective, you have to make sure that the intention is pure, because once you have this personal benefit in what you're doing, or there's something from it for you, you might find a way to shift it towards you. Well, that's whether by deceiving people or by lying. But when you do an action with pure intention, then you will do your best to achieve it without being a liar. Another point is that you have to say the truth even in hard situations. So in our life, there's many situations where it's awkward to say the truth, or you refrain from doing it to avoid hurting someone's feelings. But this is a wrong behavior, and you must understand that at all times you must be honest. Of course, you have to have a good way, and you have to say the truth in a respectful way. So there is a way to remain honest while not hurting someone's feeling. And you have to make sure that you're not pressured by anyone to lie. Always say the truth and you will reap the benefits of it. And you have to understand that you must also always stick to your promises. When you promise someone anything, you have to do your best to stick to that promise and fulfill it. Avoid giving promises that you doubt fulfilling. Because when you Stick to your promises. Your image in front of people will change, and you will be more respected. And that's an important aspect in our religion, is that promises must be fulfilled. Uh, the, s- the point number 6 is that you have to admit when you are wrong. Sometimes we might say an information and it's actually wrong, and since our ego doesn't let us admit it, we will go for we'll try to lie to prove our point or to show that we are right. Well, you have to control your ego and just say the truth, admit that you were wrong, and do an effort to fix your mistake. Again, this is a sign of, let's say, if you want respect. People will respect you more when you are honest, even when you are wrong. And number 7 is to stay humble and don't aim to impress people, because once you try to impress people, it's a never-ending downfall. For example, I have this watch. It's a cheap watch, $10, but I don't want to let people know that it's cheap. So once someone asks me and I want to impress them, I'll tell them it's $100 or something. Well, you might think this is a small lie and it's worth nothing, but don't forget that honesty is a skill. You have to train your tongue to be honest. And when you train it, even with small situations like this to lie, then you're going the opposite way. So make sure to always tell the truth and never think or make it a priority to impress people. Because no matter what you tell them, the price or anything, people will not be impressed. He might even lie to you and give you a different price, and at the end of the day, nobody's gaining anything from it. Number 8 is and this is very important, not only for the present but for the future as well, is to instill the truth into the younger generations. So whether you have kids or you have younger siblings, you have to train them to be honest at all times. And we have to keep in mind that the younger people, they learn from us. You can tell them all day, yes, you have to be honest and make sure not to lie. But when they see you in your house lying on the phone or to your wife or with your friends at work, then of course they will become liars. And don't be surprised when your small kid is getting better and better at lying, because when they're very young, you can see how they struggle to lie. For example, they want to act like they're sleeping. It's a struggle for them to lie when they're young. But as when they grow and the more they learn, it's like a skill. They develop it and they become better liars. So the way to fight this is to make sure to give a good image to your kids and just be honest with them at all times. Number 9 is to stay around honest people. Many of us might choose to stay with a liar, like a liar friend, because we think he's at the end of the day he's like a good person and he wouldn't hurt me. He's only like that with other people. If he's lying to others, then he might as well lie to you. And there's no real benefit from being with a liar. You might think I might benefit from him in the future. Never, never trust a liar. Make sure to be around honest people, because even if they're like maybe on a social level they're not what you want them. Let's say in terms of education, in terms of richness, but as long as they're honest, then you can trust them and spend time with them, and you will not regret it. And number 10, last but not least, is to be patient about the results of honesty. Nowadays, it is known that when you lie, you can achieve success faster, whether you do fraud, lie, etc. And being honest is the long way, so it's gonna take time. But you have to understand that when you lie, you are promised punishment by Allah Azza wa Jal. And when you are honest, you are promised rewards. So even though in life you know that being honest is the longer way and the harder way, but you have a guarantee from Allah Azza wa Jal that you will be rewarded for it. So you have to be patient and just understand that there will be a better outcome when you say the truth. And we will go over a famous story from one of the Sahaba called Ka'b bin Malik, and it's the story of the three who missed out on the Battle of Tabuk. I will say it briefly, and basically, this Sahaba, he's a very famous and well-known Sahaba. He participated in almost all the battles during Islam, except for this one, the Battle of Tabuk, where he missed out on it. And he didn't have any valid excuse, because usually you should have a valid excuse. And when Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, he came from the battle, he came back, he would sit down and ask each person, why did you miss out on this battle? And of course, there were many hypocrites that would lie. And Rasulullah ﷺ, even though he would know that they're liars, he would tell them, okay, Allah is the judge, will be the judge of you, and you can go on with your life. And while Ka'b bin Malik was thinking about lying because he was advised to do so by his close friends and family, because that was the easy option. If he lied, he would just continue living his life normally. He refused to do so. And when he went to Rasulullah ﷺ, he told him, "O Rasulullah, I'm a poet, so I can manipulate words in the way I like, and I can convince people. Today, I could tell you a lie, and I would make sure that you will not get angry with me, but I know that Allah Azza wa Jal will be angry with me. On the other hand, if I tell you the truth, you will be upset. But I know that Allah Azza wa Jal promised rewards for being truthful, so I will choose to tell the truth." And indeed, he said that I missed out on the battle without any valid excuse. So his punishment was that he will be boycotted from everyone around him in society, friends, family, even his own wife. And it's a severe punishment if you think about it. Imagine the next day, tomorrow, nobody can talk to you and you're alone. And this punishment lasted for 50 days, and 50 nights, and after 50 nights, an ayah was revealed as forgiveness for him, which is the ayah I said at the beginning. "O believers, be mindful of Allah and be with the truthful." Of course, there's other bits to it. It's in Surah At-Tawbah. But the point here is to understand that even though he could have lied and it would have been benefitable for him to lie, he chose to take the harder path because he believed, he understood that truthfulness is rewarded from Allah Azza wa Jal. And I will mention quickly 3 benefits of being honest. The first one is that when you have a sincere or honest intention, you will be rewarded even if you didn't achieve your objective. For example, you have an honest intention to go to Hajj, and you're honestly working on it. But let's say, subhanAllah, the next day you die. Well, you will have the reward of Hajj because Allah Azza wa Jal knows your intention and knows your honesty. And this applies in many situations in your life, where even if you have an intention to reach an objective but you don't do it, then you will get the rewards from it, inshallah. And then the second one is that you will have barakah in your life. When you're honest in all of your relations with people, whether it's your family, wife, work, school, then you will have this barakah in your life. You will find it, let's say for example, in your work, you have this product, and instead of selling it, you can sell it for $100 if you want, but it's worth $10. Let's say 2 people, one sells it for 100, the other sells it for 10. It's true that the first guy might have won more money, but he lied. Let's say he lied. The guy that sold it for $10, he will find barakah in his money. Even though it's less money, he will find this $10 as if it was millions. But the other guy, on the other hand, the $100 that he gained, it will be gone directly. He will not enjoy it. Subhanallah. And this is the concept of barakah, that it's not related to the quantity, it's related to the barakah from Allah Azza wa Jal, which is the blessing. And last but not least is that you are guaranteed Jannah. As I mentioned in the hadith previously, whoever guarantees what is in his between his jaws and what is between his teeth, it will be guaranteed Jannah. So be mindful of your tongue always and what you say, because this right here can be the reason why you go to heaven or to hell. And I will conclude with this very brief sentence, is that the core foundation of faith is honesty, and that when you lie, it's that because you expect good or bad from people. And when you say the truth, is that because you understand that all good and all bad, it comes only from Allah Azza wa Jal. So keep that in mind next time you think about lying or saying the truth, and the way you are thinking about it. سبحانك اللهم بحمدك نستغفرك ونتوب إليك وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. A quick announcement, inshallah, tomorrow there will be an event for the youth. It's about building a better future while having good habits. So one of the habits, for example, is being honest, our subject for today. There will be more about such habits tomorrow. It's tomorrow at 6 p.m., I believe, and you are all invited to come. Very welcome. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.